you got to ask yourself, what is your value proposition? What are you offering? What is your product? What is your service? And what is your product and service? What is it solving? What problem, what need is it solving? Okay, so very important. That's what you call a value proposition, right? Value proposition is, you know, what your customer is actually getting. So what problem, we're going to put here, what problem is your let's say service or product, all right, or product solving, right? So that is your value proposition. What product or service is your idea, is your business solving? So you got to come up with that. You got to know what your product and service, what is it actually solving? What is it that your customer is getting out of your product and service? Okay, so that's what you call your value proposition. So that's the first thing.